Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today I want to talk about the Stamina Necromancer dual wield bow setup for the Scalebreaker DLC. I'm Alcast from alcasthq.com. Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell for more content. Stem Necros are still pretty much the meta setup simply because of the Colossus, just as a heads up, so it's still gonna be the best choice to just stack as many of them as possible if you want to min-max. We're gonna check out the gear setup because it changed, and then we'll check out skills, champion points and so on. Afterwards I'm going to show you the new rotation, and I'll also showcase the outfit at the end of the video. Looking at our stats, they are fairly similar. Now we're still running the Shadow Mundus Stone, and we have Lava Food Soup and Salteries, which is max stam and stamina recovery, and we put 20 points into health to still get 16.3k health, which is more than enough. We get that because of a passive from Bone Tyrant, which gives us a little bit more max health, which is very nice. I'm showcasing you the best in slot setup here. If you want alternate and beginner setup, it's on the website, link in the description below, and you also can see like unbuffed, fully buffed character screenshots. Everything is there, all the builds. Like I always say, website is my main hub area, and then I build around it. Race, you still want to be an orc. It has an edge over the other stamina races, but technically it's not a huge difference. Maybe 5%. You can run a red guard, a wood elf, a Khajiit, a dark elf, whatever, or imperial, they all work. Gear wise, so that's where the changes begin. It's still pretty much the meta sets, Relican and Alcast, like always, but we don't use a monster set anymore. But we are running Maelstrom dual wield with a Master's Bow on the back bar. You still want free Bloodthirsty with all weapon damage enchantments, all divine with stamina enchants to get to the values I am. Now instead of the monster set, we just have two Alcast pieces, and again, it doesn't matter where you place the sets. Like, you can have Relican jewelry, it's up to you. And it doesn't need to be gold. Purple is more than enough. Even blue would be totally fine. You just need to make sure to have gold weapons, because that's the most important thing to increase your overall damage. So we have an axe with a Nirnhound piece and a dagger with a sharpened piece. You can swap this around, the axe or the dagger, but you need to make sure that Nirnhound is always on the main hand, because it gives more weapon damage there compared to the offhand. You're using damage health poisons on the front bar, they deal a lot of damage. The Master's Bow on the back bar, it's a little bit more damage single target wise. AoE wise, you still want to use the Maelstrom Bow. If you're looking for a complete AoE setup, check out the website, I added them there now. Because then we're going back to a monster set setup. You might wonder how much is the DPS difference. It's about 3 to 4k between a monster set setup and the Maelstrom setup. So it's not the world's end if you don't have the Maelstrom weapons. It's more important to actually gold out your weapons and just get to as close as to the champion points max as possible. Looking at the champion points, they slightly changed. You will find beginner setups on the website, as well as alongside a calculator that you can use. It's mostly a little bit more damage over time focus, but that's about it. Did we? Yeah, just like here, the damage ones. It's a little bit more damage over time focus, so we have more points in Thaumaturge and so on, a little bit less in Master at Arms, because we have more damage over time effects. Alchemy, you need medicinal use. You want to spam potions on cooldown. If you have this passive, you can keep up potions 100% of the time. Most people lose a lot of DPS because they don't have the potions active. They give you major brutality and savagery. That's 20% more weapon damage and 10% more weapon creep. That's an insane increase. Plus they give you better sustain. Looking at the skill setup, this here is a single target one. Rending Slashes, Barber Trap, Rapid Strikes, Detonating Siphon, Soul Splitting Trap, Colossus, Arrow Barrage, Skeletal Archer, Poison Injection, Ring of Preservation, Blighted Blast Bones, and Colossus. So once again, the main reason why Necromancer is just so much better in trials or dungeons is because of this. It says applies major vulnerability to any enemy hit for 3 seconds. But the major vulnerability debuff lasts 5.1 seconds because it gets applied from the first hit to the last hit. Right? So that's 2 seconds till to the last hit and then another 3 seconds. And obviously if you stack this debuff with several Necros, that's a lot of extra damage on your bosses. Actually a crazy amount of extra damage, nothing even gets close to it. Other changes, we now use Arrow Barrage. Last 10 seconds, it takes 2 seconds to start charging. And then 8 seconds to deal damage. This here is mostly to get 3% damage from the weapon skill line, from the fighter skill, and it also heals for a lot. This can be like 1 to 2k healing per second, if you're lucky. Soul Splitting Trap is new. Deals physical damage now, so you want to also use it with your Maelstrom dual wield weapons. Very powerful because all of these things, so Trap, Rendings, and Soul Splitting Trap, Poison Injection, all get empowered by the Maelstrom dual wield. Now looking at the rotation. First off, always do light attacks between each abilities. Light attack is like 20% of your overall damage. If you don't have it, that's a lot of damage you lose, obviously. So I will only shout out the ability names and not the light attacks, otherwise it just sounds more complicated than it actually is. The rotation, always back bar first. We have Arrow Barrage, Archer, Injection, Blast Bones, Weapon Swap, Rapid, Trap, Soul Trap, Detonating, Rapid, Rendings, Weapon Swap. That's it. It's a static rotation. In my opinion, it's not worth doing a dynamic one. You will just fuck up more than anything else and actually lose more DPS. So you don't need any buff trackers. Showcasing this. You do Arrow Barrage, Archer, Injection, Blast Bones, Weapon Swap, Rapids, Trap, Soul Trap, Siphoning, Rapids, Rendings, Weapon Swap. To show you this in fast succession again. Arrow, Archer, Injection, Blast Bones, Rapids, Trap, Soul Trap, Siphoning, Rapids, Rendings, Weapon Swap. And that's about your 10 seconds rotation. If you have ultimate, drop it somewhere on the front bar. Sometimes this here bugs out a little bit, so you might have to get used to it or just not use it at all. But it's very nice because it gives 3% overall more damage anyway, which is nice to have. So as you can see, the rotation is fairly easy once you get used to it. Light attacks and weapon swapping. So from the back bar to the front bar, when we use Blast Bones, or we use Injection, light attack, Blast Bones, immediately weapon swap, and then we do a light attack on the front bar into Rapid Strikes. Because the Blast Bones animation is very long, so you want to weapon swap animation, cancel this as fast as possible, and it works very nice. From the front bar to the back bar, we use Rending Slashes as last ability, light attack, and then weapon swap into Arrow Barrage. That works very nice because it's just the animations is a little bit fast, because Arrow Barrage has a very long animation and it kind of staggers you for a short duration. It's not too big of a deal if you do the light attack on the back bar. It's up to you, but again, it would be the perfect rotation. Just to quickly showcase you this again. And there we go. Dropped ulti on the front bar sometime or somewhere. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. The rotation is on my website as well, alongside the dynamic one if you really want to. Let's check out the outfit real quick. And if you have any questions, twitch.tv/alcasthq, I'm live streaming always, or just ask me in the comment section here below. I have Sky Terror Dragon Slayer, Saizahan's Arm Corps, Scalecaller Bracer, Scalecaller Guards, Kiras, Belt, Boots. And then we have Vex Mystic Blue and Legates Black. And these here are like the base Maelstrom motifs. And the master one on the back bar. If you want to see more Scalebreaker videos, check out these here. Otherwise, make sure to not forget to subscribe and hit the juicy like button. Thanks for watching and see ya soon. Bye.